Viper jets have proven to be some of the most capable RC airplanes ever made with a super wide flight envelope. They fly fast, but you could also slow these things down and fly incredibly slow. Now, typically the 70mm versions previously available aren't really good for a beginner, but Hobby King put an awesome twist and now offer this in an amazing 64mm size.
Now, if this doesn't catch your attention, I don't know what does, man. Look at the color of this thing. Brand new EDF jet released by Hobby King. They announced this at Joe Nall. I wasn't there when they did it. And they even have some videos of it up, which I haven't watched yet. But all in, just looking at it, it's super cool. It's a Viper. We know Vipers fly absolutely amazing. Now, it's a 64mm, 2600 kV, 45 amp running on 6S. Now, from the sound of that motor combo, I think it's going to be more torquey than high-end speed, which leads me to believe it's probably more of a trainer style airplane. But you know, the shape of it, I do have a feeling it's going to do some pretty cool stuff. Landing gear is fixed, does have some nice suspension, comes on and off pretty easy. Front wheel is steerable, and I'm just loving the way this thing looks. Now, on setup, pretty simple. The wing goes on, couple screws. What do we got? 5 screws here, hold that on. Tail slides into place, and there's 3 or 4 screws to hold that on. The only thing that I would change, which isn't a big deal, when you're putting on this horizontal stab, there's 2 servo wires that are kind of hard to get to. It would be nice if it was just slided in and they clipped into place automatically, like a quick release kind of setup. So just something that I was thinking about while I was building it. Now that it's together, not a big deal. Like I said, 6S, and I didn't have a battery this small, so I'm running 2 3S packs, and I'm going to run them in series with an adapter. These are 2200 milliamp Turnigy 3S packs, going to give me 6S of power. And as you see here, plenty of room. This recommends, I believe it's 2000 all the way to 3000 milliamp 3S, or 6S rather. I think with that space in there, you could probably go bigger, but that depends on the CG. So either way, man, I'm excited to fly this. This is an official maiden. As you see how nice everything is, nothing is nicked up. So we're gonna plug it in. Oh, it also has flaps, very cool. Let's get this battery plugged in, give it a shot. We'll see what it does on a maiden. As you guys see, I got an AR630. This little yellow wire is motor reversing. So this ESC does have motor reversing. If you guys are trying to fly this thing in an area where the runway isn't that big and you're worried about landing. That's it, cool little latch system. Check my directions. Up, down, left, right, half flaps, full flaps. I'm gonna take off half flaps. As you guys see, we got a field change here. That's because user error. I ordered the wrong adapter. So this is parallel, not series. That's why this was giving me no power. Came to the field. Tom Hunt, the legend, gave me one of his batteries. I'm running a 3200 milliamp 6S. Fits fine. It's actually the same size as the 3600 milliamp LIHV pack. So we're gonna run it. CG's good. Plugged in. We got power. Official maiden. And now we got a grass runway. Do some grass hops. See how this thing handles. All right. We're gonna go half flaps. We got power now. And it seems to be doing okay on that grass runway. The color of this thing is beautiful. Maybe I should not take off all those rocks. Yeah, let's just get it up. Punch it. And she's up. Flaps are coming up. Now, the only problem I have with these 64 millimeters is that when you take off, man, you naturally want to see that gear go in. It is fixed landing. No problem seeing this.
Got a nice sound to it.
Well, it handles exactly the way a Viper should handle. It's a sport jet. It's got plenty of throttle. I'm just trimming it out right now. Whenever I do these reviews, I always put the plane up. I'm used to flying out of whack CG and all kinds of stuff, so. Yeah. Definitely liking it. Let's stick jam, see what it does. Came out of that, no problem. Cobra? Nah, not enough elevator throw. That's all right though. Vipers typically won't do that kind of maneuver. Let's bring full flaps out. Let's slow this thing down. That battery pack, Tom, is a little bit heavy. Needs to be pushed back slightly. Wow, that slows down nice. Now guys, this is the kind of jet, honestly, you know, it's small, it flies easy. You know, you turn I have 100% rates now. You turn these rates down probably to 60%, maybe 40% expo, add a gyro. This is something a beginner will definitely have no problem flying. Nice, easy sport jet to learn with. Now let's try a nice little touch and go with these rugged, I would call, landing gear on a grass runway. I don't know if the camera's catching that suspension bouncing around, but it's a cool jet. It looks good, flies good. Like I said, I just wish that landing gear went in, but I don't know any single 64 millimeter fans that it goes in on. Like, it just looks funny to me, right, with the landing gear out. And we're gonna stick Jane. Let's bring it in for a land. Now that Tom has the adapter, I'm going to put the batteries that are supposed to be in this and move that CG a little further forward, or backwards rather. The land coming towards us. Plenty of power to push out. All right. Stop messing around. Flaps are coming down. Let's get her in. Oh. Hey, landing gear is durable. These are the batteries we're supposed to be running, or the size they recommend. We got the fancy series adapter, courtesy of Tom Hunt. Push the CG back a little bit, so it should be a little floatier. Now, like I said, I ran it before with the batteries were definitely too heavy, but it did fly. It flew well. I just didn't like where the CG was. I found myself having to hold down elevator to keep it afloat. All right, flight number 2. Oh, you know what? These batteries actually have more power too.
Well,
I got a dog on the runway. Full speed pass. She sounds good. Got a good roll rate. Let's go vertical. Wind's pushing it back, but she climbs. And that's about all she got. I would say that was probably 250 feet vertical. Power's off. Bringing it in for a nice little coast. Power's coming on. No flaps. Yeah, she's a lot floatier with the batteries that's meant for it. And they got the power, more power, so. Definitely a cool little sport jet. I'm loving the color. If you guys are looking for a first EDF, this is definitely a good contender right here. Strong EPO foam. The landing gears proved to be pretty strong. Not a crazy amount of power. You know, you turn these rates down a little bit, like I said, 60%, maybe 40% expo. You got yourself a nice little EDF.
Jasper.
Now I'm gonna bring it in for a land for 1 second because we have somebody pulling into the runway and my dogs are definitely gonna go chase them. So let's get this thing down. And she's in. Come here. All right, flaps are down, we're going back up. Full power, and we lift. Flaps are off, we're going vertical. She definitely has good torque. Gets up in a hurry. I'm liking it. Let's come out of that inverted. There we go. Yeah, buddy. Sport jets are fun, man. Like I said, now it has way more power than it did with that original pack that Tom loved to use. This thing flies good. See how low we can get. How low can you go? How low can you go? Let's see how it comes out of a stall. Pretty good. That was pretty good. Let's do that again. Let's do a power on stall. Let's do a little power on. It drops a wing. Recoverable. Alright, speed pass nice and low. Coming around inverted. I like it. I definitely like it. It's a cool little plane. For the price too. I think they're asking right around $200, so. Let's go full flap now that I have the right batteries in. We'll see how low we could get this thing to go. How nice and slow. Let's see. Alright guys, we're bringing it in. I'm gonna fly this thing all the way to the floor. All in, it flew pretty good. A few things I would change. I definitely want to see a pilot in here, but this is the pre-production model, so the new one might, or the production model might actually have a pilot. I see there's two little screws there, two screw one in. So maybe they are planning to put one. My model doesn't have one, so I might strap a camera in there. But other than that, yeah, proved to be pretty durable. Good landing gear, decent power with that 6S, ran the way it's supposed to be ran. Twin 3S's in series, not parallel. Don't make the same mistake that I made. You will have absolutely no power. But yeah, man, link to this is down below if you guys are interested. And as always, appreciate you watching. Till next time.